Hello friends, welcome back to our Magento tutorials. In this video, we will discuss about what is a customer session, how you can save and get the information from the customer session. Like the previous video of core sessions, we can save the customer information in the customer session as well. So what is the main purpose and use of this customer session in Magento? Whenever you visit a Magento website, it will automatically start a session. So you can store some custom information in that session. Also, customer sessions are useful to check the customer is logged in, and we can do login and log out the customers based on the conditions. For example, I want to build a functionality like if you are a customer in this website and you want to check the product prices, but the owner of the website want to show the prices only if you log into the website. In this particular scenario, you have to log in the website to get the price information. Okay. Now we will implement that functionality. If you are a customer, I will check that you are logged in or not, and then I will show some data like the prices. Okay. So let's get into the code base. Okay, here you see I have added one more controller called customer session. In this class, I am going to use one Magento class, that is Magento Customer Model Session. So using this class, we can set the customer as logged in as well as log out, and we can see and we can check whether the customer is logged in or not. Now I'm adding the dependency in the constructor. In the same way which we added for the core sessions. Okay. Taking this as a reference. Now we will add property. Okay. Now we will check whether the customer is logged in or not. So how you can check that? So using this function, we can check the customer is logged in or a guest customer. Else we will print guest customer. Okay. So as it is a new class and added the dependency, you have to run the di compile. Okay, now the di compile is done. Just flush the cache. Just permissions. Okay, now I'm going to the newly created controller path. Hello world customer session. Okay. Okay, you see here it's a guest customer. That means the customer is not logged in. If the customer is logged in, then you will receive the message customer logged in. Okay. Now we will see how to log in as a customer. So this method is just checking that customer is logged in or not. So if the customer is not logged in, then what I'll do, I'll just make that customer as logged in. So here you have to provide the customer ID. Now just by adding login by ID, you can able to log in as a customer. Okay, so what will be the output? The customer whose id is 1 will be logged in the front end. Now what we will do, we will again check that if the customer is logged in or not. Okay, just put after, just refresh. You see here I'm getting the message customer logged in after. Okay, now how can you check that the customer is logged in or it is a guest? So you don't have to believe me. So what you will do, you just go to the customer account section or any other page. This is the customer management section where you will see all the orders, address books, address information, everything, okay, relates to the customer. If you want to print some data, I am just taking one array. Product prices, okay, and here I'm going to pass 100. Okay, go to that custom controller. See, it is directly printing because the customer is logged in. So this is the basic example. So for example, if you want to fetch the customer information after the customer is logged in, then how you gonna do that? I will show you. Use another class, that is Magento Customer Model Customer Factory. Okay. Now let's get the customer information with customer factory. Okay, okay, now add property customer factory. Now use this property. For now just comment this one. If the customer is logged in, I want to get the customer information. Okay, so this is the first method for the factories. You have to add the create method if you are going to create the factories. Okay, okay, now just load. This is the method to load the data. Okay, sorry, login by id which you have provided the customer id, like that you have to provide the customer id. So I'm just providing that customer id as 1, and okay, now we'll print the customer data. Customer, this is the get data method. This is just for formatting. Okay, now let's see in the front end. Let's refresh this page. So why we are getting this error? This is because we added one dependency to the constructor, but we didn't run the DA compile. So we have to run the DA compile. For that, okay, now the DA compile is done. Now just refresh the page. So this is just a basic information, not the complete information of the customer. So this information is from the database, not from the session. If you want to put any information here, so you have to save the data to the database. If you want to save that in the customer session, change this, we will print the customer session data. Okay. You see here, we are getting some minimal data for the customer session. If you want to put a custom data here, you can put it. Customer session, set data, some username. So what is the value? If you see my previous video, we discussed about this set data, how you can set this data with the key and value pair in the session. Okay. Now let's check in the front end. You see here the session data set. You can use this username throughout the application. If the customer is logged in, then only you can use this username till that session destroys. If the session is destroyed, that means if the customer is logged out, you cannot see this information. Like this, you can set the data to the customer session. Now we will log out the customer and check this username is available or not in the customer session. Before that, I am just commenting this session data. Okay. If the customer is logged in, I'm just putting that logout. That means customer will be logged out and you will not be able to see the data. Okay. Okay, the customer is logged out, but it's not completely destroyed. So just comment this one. As the customer is logged out. Okay, just I'm printing the customer session data because the customer is not logged in now. So to check that if the customer is logged in or not, go to this customer account. You see here, you're not able to see the customer account dashboard. Go back. So you are not able to see our custom data which we set, like the username. Okay. So now the session is completely destroyed. So that is the reason you are not able to see the previous data. Okay. Now again set this data. Customer is logged in. Okay. Just refresh the page. See here. Again I am setting to the customer data and again all the data came like the customer ID, customer group ID, okay, whatever the custom session data we added to the customer session. So that is also available. So this way you can log in the customer, log out the customer and add any data to the customer session. Okay, this data will be available in any other pages. Okay, just you have to add this customer session. Now we learned the customer sessions and earlier we discussed about core sessions. So the same way we have the checkout session and catalog sessions as well. So the same process which we are following for the core section and customer sessions, you can set the data to the catalog session and checkout session as well. Okay, I hope you understand all these sessions. If you have any queries, add it in the comment section. I'll try to resolve it. Okay, in the next video we will discuss about proxies. Thanks for watching.